Hello again YouTube, my name is CymenSniped and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to delve into a magical realm of magic and witches. Embark on a journey with fate sweeping you at its whim into an adventure to seek out your destiny. Before that journey begins, I'm here to give the game a rating based on my personal opinion. So let's put your witch's hat on and let's get into it. Revive Witch is a 2D pixel art gacha RPG where you play as a witch who uses dolls in battle to fulfill her destiny. Within the chrono space in which you find refuge, it also acts as a base of operation for you to summon dolls to fight for you. As you progress through the main story of the game, you'll have to fight various mobs across maps, pick up items from chests, collect mana, and clearing bosses who stand in your way. Other than the fact that it is a gacha game, most of the mechanics are very much similar to a traditional RPG, something akin to Octopath Traveler and Nier Reincarnation. The gameplay is pretty straightforward when you go from stage to stage, traversing from one end to the other and meeting other characters who make up the story. As you progress through the stages and find yourself hitting a wall, such as not being able to kill the boss, it is time to hit the dimensional dungeons to farm for what you need to level up your characters. When you initiate a fight, you are allowed to bring up to 6 different units, however, 3 of them will be on the field at a time and you cannot swap them manually. The good thing about this is that the 3 that did not show up actually gets the full amount of EXP. The majority of the game falls mostly in the PvE category, so this is what you'll usually be doing for the most part of the game. The game, however, also has a PvP system. Like in PvE mode, there are 3 units allowed on the field. However, you cannot bring 6 in total like in the other mode. You can pick who your opponent whom you wish to engage among 3 choices varying in difficulty. The higher the difficulty is, the better the reward. During the battle, you are able to manually activate your skills, but an AI will be controlling the enemy team. There are currently no RTA modes available at the moment. Overall, among the flood of gacha games released, I'd say this is a breath of fresh air. It may be lacking in the department of variety, but the story and pacing of the game kinda offsets that a little. And, although it may not be the most heart-racing experience, it is definitely a very enjoyable one. For its brave decision to stand out from the crowd, I'd give it a good 3.5 out of 5. If you made it this far and like this sort of video format, do hit the like button, leave a comment and sub to the channel so that I know how I can improve my videos for your viewing pleasure. Moving on to the gacha rates of the game, there are 4 tiers of units that you can get. You have a 2% chance to score a UR unit, 8% for an SSR, 40% for an SR, and 50% for an R unit. I'd say it is as average as it gets for a gacha game. May RNGesus smile upon you. There are 4 types of banners that are available in the game. The Souls banner is permanently there and has no specific unit rate ups. For the Awakening banner, there is a set of units which it cycles through and have their rate up applied. The third one is known as the Dreamland banner, which only opens during events featuring specific characters and will be available in the Souls banner when it expires. The last one is known as the Exclusive Summons, which also opens during events, but the featured unit will not be added to the Soul banner upon expiry. The pity counter is unique to each banner, so if you pulled on the Exclusive banner for example, the pity on the Awakening banner will not be affected. However, it will be carried over to the next featured unit if you didn't fulfill any of the pity conditions within the banner. Judging from the rates and pity system, there is nothing much to complain about, yet at the same time there is nothing much to brag. It's good that the pity counter carries over to the next featured unit on the banner, but taking into consideration we're at the early stages of the game and the amount of premium currency we're getting, the amount to pity is 160, which is rather high. To sum it up, I'd give the gacha system an average 3 out of 5. Moving on to the art and design, for the most part of the gameplay, the game is portrayed using 2D pixel art. Character profile, however, is visualized using an anime style of art. They are slightly animated in their character profile screens, but that's basically about it. There's no skill cut-ins or ultimate skill animations to speak of. Although it may be a calculated or informed decision from the developers to take this path, I'd assume they were trying to stay as true to the original and nostalgic traditional RPG sort of feel. It's also not too hard to rate this one. If you aren't a fan of pixel art, I'd say you can bump my score down by 1, but from my honest opinion, I'd give the art and design a colorful 3.5 out of 5. To answer the question if it's more free to play or pay to win, a quick recap if you're watching my review videos for the first time. These are usually released very early upon game release, and therefore the current judgment should be taken with a pinch of salt. You have been warned. In the end of the day, Revive Witch is designed to be a PvE game with a dash of PvP content. Your main motivation for even progressing through the game when you finally reach the end game is just to improve your score through improving the various aspects of your team, such as gear and character skill and ascension. If you aren't in a rush for anything, I'd say this game can be as free to play as it gets. It doesn't hard gate you from any content thus far. From a pay-to-win perspective, most of the value of money spent in the game is really just to buy you time. You can spend it on the premium currency to expedite the progression of your account. As to how far ahead you will pull depends on a little RNG and your invested amount, I suppose. All in all, I'd say this game is pretty free-to-play friendly. Once again, it's very early in the game, you have been warned. And that's all for the review of Revived Witch. I hope that for those sitting on the fence thinking if you want to try this game out, I would have given you a reason to try. And for those who skipped it, I hope this video helped you make a better informed decision. Until the next video, have fun, goodbye.